Today, we're going to talk about change. Hi, my name is Stephen Gallagher with Debt Free Results, and I am a debt financial coach, and I want to talk to you today about change. Change in reference to how to address your debt. To move forward on your debt journey, you have to be willing to change your mindset that up to now, how you've been addressing your debt hasn't worked. And if you're open to and willing to change in reference to your mindset and accept new ways to address debt and accept new ways to attack your debt, then the plan and roadmap makes your journey much easier. But you have to want to change. I can't change you. No one else can change you. You can change you. Number two, you have to be at a point in your life, in your journey, in your financial debt journey, you have to be sick and tired of being sick and tired, to quote Dave Ramsey. And if you really think about that, on your day-to-day activities, a lot of times I would say, I am just sick and tired of doing this. I'm sick and tired of doing that. Well, if you take that quote and you put it towards your debt and you say, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired of having debt, keep that quote in the back of your mind, because it does come in handy when you're trying to address this topic. Third, you're the only person. You are the only person who can change you. Your husband, your wife, your kids, no one can change you except you. And this is a big part of the debt journey, because if you're not committed mentally to changing the way you address money, then you'll stay in the same spot that you've been to this day. So I do believe that addressing debt is an 80-20 rule. It's 80% mental, 20% physical. And people will question those numbers, and that's fine. But when you decide and when you get on board to change how you are dealing with money and how you're dealing with debt, your journey will be much easier. And then you have to stop making excuses. We all have excuses. We all have the easy way out is to have an excuse. And in your journey, you shouldn't have excuses. If you have a plan and you have it written down and you have action items, there really is no reason to have excuses. But in a moment, we're going to go through the top 10 excuses that I have found with my clients and speaking with people when it comes to how do you get rid of your debt. So I've drafted 10 common excuses people use to resist change. And there's no particular order to these, but looking at different reports I have of my clients, as well as speaking with people at different seminars, these are the top 10 excuses people have to resisting to the topic of change in reference to debt. The first one is, I don't have time to make this change. We all have time. We're not busy 24 hours a day. Taking an hour out of your day and focusing on your debt plan changes how you look at and how you move forward on your debt. Second is, what if I try and I fail? Well, you know what? You get back up and you go forward and you address it again. So failure in this case is not an option. If you mentally have the roadmap and the mindset to get out of debt, then this is a moot point. Third, I'll start it tomorrow. Always procrastinating, putting it off another day. Those days have to stop. 4, I tried change before and it didn't work. Well, if you think about the video that I did the other day and talking about the New Year's resolution that so many Americans do every year, this comes up, if you think about it, that they tried to change but it didn't work. Well, why didn't it work? That's when you have to sit back and say, why didn't it work? Did you have a plan? Did you have a coach? Did you have a realistic goal? Did you have a time frame? Did you have it broken down as in baby steps instead of big leaps? So, there's an old saying that goes, if you first do not succeed, try and try again. Well, that comes to number 4. Number 5, things are fine the way they are. Well, I've heard this many times when people say, I'm good, I don't need this, I don't need your services, I know what I'm doing. Well, if they were fine, then why are you in debt? So something has to change. Number 6, what will my friends say? Well, I don't advise my customers, my clients, to say anything to family members or to friends. I would rather you focus internally on your goals and your willingness to get out of debt. And at the end of your journey, then be able to turn to people and say, look at what I did. I accomplished this. Instead of saying, I am doing this, and everyone will say, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this. I disagree. So if you keep this internally, focus on your baby steps, focus on your goals and your accomplishments, and at the end of your journey, be able to turn to people and say, I am out of debt. I am debt free. This is how I did it. Then they can't judge you except on your success. Number 7, I'm fine, I don't want to change. Well, again, that goes back to that mindset of you have to want to change. If you don't want to change, no one's going to change you. You have to change you. And if you're not there, then you'll never change. Number 8, I'm busy. I hear this more times when I have meetings with people is, I am too busy. I don't have time. Well, if you're too busy, then you're working or you're busy 24 hours a day. Getting on a plan and addressing your debt and trying to have a plan to get out of debt takes a couple of hours a week. It also takes more mindset, but in reference to physical time, it's a couple of hours a week to manage your money instead of your money managing you. Number 9, I can't do this. Well, I disagree and I know you can. And with a coach like myself, I can help you. I can guide you and I can show you how to get out of debt in a timely manner. So trying to do it by yourself is difficult because you've never done it before. Whereas working with someone like me, I've done this many times. I have a lot of successes, my own success as being number one. So saying that you can't do this, I disagree with that. Anybody can do this, and everyone should do this. We should all get out of debt. And then number 10, leave me alone. Well, that goes back to, I don't want to do this or I'm too busy. If you're so closed-minded that you do not want or look for help, then I can't help you. As I said earlier in this video, when you're ready to change, then I'm here to help. So in conclusion, it is an 80-20, 80% mental, 20% physical in reference to addressing debt. But also a quote that I like to use, and actually I came up with it, says, you can't change your past because it's the past, but you can change your future by changing now. So there's no excuse to move on to change. There's no excuse to getting out of debt. And there's no excuse to using a coach to help you. I hope you found this helpful. I know that you can change. I'll have more tips to talk about how to change. And if you need help, reach out to me. I'm at Stephen@debtfreeresults.com. If you have anything that you need, feel free to send me an email. God bless, and I know that you can do this. Thank you.